I'm Brittney Saunders and welcome to Big Business, the place where business is far from boring. And today I'm recording on Gadigal land. Now, I somehow managed to build an empire from the garage underneath my house, and I'm here to share it all with you. From the wins, the huge mistakes, the challenging times, and the funny moments in between. So whether you're in business yourself already, perhaps you're not in the game at all, maybe you're just looking for some inspo, or you simply just want to hear the tea, this is the podcast for you. Coming up on today's episode, I'm joined by a very special guest who turned $7,000 and a dream into a $30 million global sock empire. She's never paid an influencer, yet MADMIA sells 10 pairs of socks a minute and has collabs with Barbie, Disney, and Harry Potter. From lawsuits to warehouses around the world, including one in a country that's currently trying to sue her, Tanja is a powerhouse with a wild business story. Tanja, welcome to Big Business.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is your first studio interview, I hear.
Exactly.
How are you feeling?
Excited. No, I'm not stressed at all. Not. I'm just woke up and I usually don't drink coffee, but today I'm having a coffee.
I love it. I love it. I'm not your target market, so I'm learning all about your business today. But tell us, what is MADMIA?
Well, we design the most colorful, fun socks with toys and accessories. And what is good about MADMIA, it's full of color. It's just so loud. It screams color. Whenever you go on the street, everybody gets stopped and said, oh my goodness, what is going on with these socks? And that is why the brand works for kids and parents. It empowers them. It makes the kids stand out. It makes them feel confident. And I always compare, it's like wearing a pair of MADMIA socks is like going to Disneyland.
Yes.
It's like, it's so colorful. You're lots of fun and everybody's like happy and that's, yeah. So I am the sock queen.
I love it. I love...
And the fact that we, like, I think myself invented this new category. So it's not just a sock, it's a lifestyle brand. And we don't create socks, we create a whole experience when you wear the pair of, and they come with toys, accessories, shoelaces and whatnot. And kids love it. It's just something that, yeah, I'm very proud of. Very proud.
I love that. And I think that's so important. I think a lot of people, when they want to start a business, they like the idea of starting a business. And let's say, for example, if you are making socks, it's great to want to make socks. But I love that you have such like a mission and a message behind why you make the socks. Like you're not just making socks because they're comfortable and you wear them. You know, you've got the whole like brand message of them being fun, empowering. They will make everyone feel confident.
Believe it or not, like every week we get customers, like parents writing us. It's like, I can't believe, and I want to cry now when I talk about it. It's like,
stop.
It's like, I can't believe that a pair of socks have changed my daughter's life.
Wow.
It's like, I don't know why I'm always so emotional because she's like, she goes to school. She's the coolest kid at school now with these socks. They make her so happy. And I love that.
Aw, that's beautiful. Don't you make us all cry in the studio here. But I think that's amazing. Like it's so inspiring to see an owner be so passionate about their product because like as I'm sure you know, business is so tough every single day.
I know.
But I think as long as you stay really aligned to why you're doing what you're doing, and if it's people, you know, emailing you saying, my daughter has so much confidence because of your socks, I think that's your reason why you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly. And it's not for me and everybody who knows me, all my stuff. It's not about the money. I don't care how much money we make, how many... Like, I just want to make a difference. I want to create something that one day someone will be like, oh my God, she did these socks. And these are her socks. And whoever, there will be probably many other people who will do these socks in the future. But it's like, she's the one. And I'm so happy for it, you know?
I think, being honest with you, I think you've already done that. Like you're saying one day I'm going to get to that point where I've done it. But I think you've already done it.
I did, but I'm still like, sort of like, you know, I still don't believe it. Like, I still can't believe it. I have bad day. Like, in business, you know how it is. Sometimes you're doing so good, but then I go home like, I'm shit. Like, I'm shit. I'm like the worst business woman ever.
I'm the worst boss. Everyone hates me.
I was like, I'm not good. And my partner is like, what are you talking about? Like, 15 years ago, I came to Australia as an international student to study master's degree. I came here with literally no money. He's like, look, what you built? And I'm like, no, I'm not good. Today, I'm not good.
Wow.
But so sometimes like we find hard to believe how far we've come in business because we are so involved and we don't
You
step
don't see
back.
the big
we don't
picture.
we
You
don't
don't
step
see the
back
whole
and
thing.
look. Yeah, exactly. But other people do, which is good.
Exactly.
And I think all MADMIA customers and fans do. And I have the biggest, the most loyal people that just follow MADMIA and love it. And it's not as I say to many people, we don't work with influencers. Like we don't even hire them. We don't even engage because we have our customers who support us. Why not embrace them and make them? When we just moved in a new warehouse and I built like a big studio for photo shoots. Every 2 weeks we do photo shoots and we invite our customers to come and be a part of the photo shoots because we want because who better is going to perform at the photo shoot than you customers who already love and are obsessed with the brand.
Absolutely. We are definitely in our era of the customer as well at Fate, and that's something that we're really honing in on.
Yeah.
We dabble a little bit in influencer marketing, and I'd love to chat with you about that. But I think it's really great that you are focusing on community because, yes, whilst influencers are great and like they can generate sales, it is so clever to invest in your community and the people that support you already,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
rather than giving influencers more free stuff, which is all well and good. I am all for, you know, getting your community involved with your brand for your photo shoots.
Yeah.
Because they're only going to see that and be like, wow, like I already love this brand. I love their socks. And now they're showing that they love their community and customers. It makes them feel valued.
You should see them when they come to office for a photo shoot. It's like their dream coming true.
Yeah.
They're so happy. Their parents are happy to see their kids being so happy. And it's just the best. They have the best time of their life. It's all about, and we don't just take photos. We have the best food and the best parties and the best music and we dance and we just have so much fun. So it's not just come and do a photo shoot and we'll use your photos and videos for marketing. No, we come and give them
an experience.
come and have experience. And they come and design the socks with all the designers now and everybody like going in the office and it's just and the interesting thing is the parents become our friends. So
That's
it's like
so
I
good.
have so many parents is like, and then sometimes like I have this customer who is like #1 fan of MADMIA. She has all her socks, everything else we do it. And it's like at night when I post on social media, which I still do it myself, on Instagram I post it. And if she doesn't comment, I'm like, Stacey, why you didn't comment on my
You've got
post?
that one customer.
She's
like, where
sorry.
is she?
She's like, sorry, I'll post later. I promise you I'll comment later. I'm like, please do. And she like, we just love it. Like we're just all like talking and communicating with the customers, with the parents and prepare events. I mean, yeah, it's just such a good community we created. I'm so proud of it, to be honest. And I'm proud of it because they help me and support me to everything. Every design we do, I call them. I'm like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What's in? What's
Community
coming in?
feedback is everything.
It's the best. It's the best.
Now, you bought the company that you were employed at.
Exactly. Yes.
That is iconic. Can you talk us through how that all came to be?
So I studied masters in design, and after getting out of uni, I was looking for a job, and I landed a job with the startup company who was started by somebody else and had an investor, a very wealthy investor, silent investor from Australia, and they needed a designer to design some socks for them. And the idea was to design plain socks. So I got the job. I thought it's exciting, and the market was kids socks. But as soon as I got the job, I was like, this is just, it can't be just socks. We need to bring something else to the
they were
business.
originally just wanting to do plain
Just
socks.
plain socks, yes.
Yeah, gotcha. For
And
kids or adults or?
For kids.
Okay.
Mostly kids.
Yeah.
So I started designing socks, but then 3 months in to my role, I was doing everything, not just designing, marketing, sales, everything you can possibly think of. The investor called me and said, I have the guys who started the company, but I don't think they're doing a good job because you do everything. How about I get you run the whole show for me? I'm like, okay, that's a dream job for me. I would love to. And he's like, we'll see how it goes. Few years time, maybe you'll own the business. And I'm like, wow, this is exciting, very good opportunity. So for 2 years, I worked for him.
Right.
Grow the business.
So you didn't go in as like an owner?
No,
for the
not
next
like
2
owner.
years, you were just like What were you working as? Did you have a title then?
Designer, packing, marketing, everything. you can
All-rounder.
Everything. And I was still working from home. And then 2 years in, I was like on a minimum salary wage you can possibly think.
Right.
But I was doing not just everything. I would also say to my investor, we need to go to China and get some stock, find new manufacturers. He's like, we don't have a budget for it. You spend everything. We don't have money. And I'm like, you know what? How about I pay for everything? And then if we make money, you'll pay me back. And he's like, you crazy. Do it. So I'll go to China, pay everything myself, find new manufacturers, everything I need to do, come back. And when we make the money in the business, he'll pay me back. And he got to the point.
He's an investor and he was saying you should pay for it?
Yes.
Is he still your investor?
No.
That's weird.
Yeah. Very weird. So
I have so many questions.
We're still good friends. He's a big supporter in my business.
So we're not going to talk badly about him on the podcast.
But I'm not going to talk badly because everything that I am today, he helped me become. But however, he built his business back in the 80s when there was no marketing, there was no social media. He never believed in that. Or very old school. So when I say to him, hey, we need a marketing budget, he's like, what is that? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I was like, okay, great. Okay, move on. And then, so it got to the point that 2 years in, I was like, can you increase my salary? Like, I'm working in I have a very bad pay. I pay from my pocket for any events, travels everywhere I go. I'm like, can you increase my salary? He's like, how about I give you 49% shares for free? I'm like, what? But you keep the shitty salary. I'm like, okay, great. But that was good. So it was a good step into the business.
So at this point, the original owners, they were out of the picture.
They were out within 3 months.
So they walked away. Within the first 3 months that you were there.
Yeah.
Then you were just working on a salary. The investor held all the shares in the company.
Yes.
Then you worked your bum off for 2 years. And then your investor goes, hey, I want to give you 49% of this company for free.
Yes.
For free.
Don't walk away. He said, don't walk away, but I'll give you 49% of shares for free.
Wow.
And I said, that sounds wonderful.
That sounds
Why not?
almost too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah, but I worked really hard. When I say hard, when I look back, would I do this again? No, because it was so hard. I had to build the Instagram account with no marketing budget. I had to make sales online with no marketing budget. I had to do everything pretty much just being me.
Yeah.
Just there.
I think that's one of the crazy things about starting a business from scratch and doing it all yourself. It's funny that you say that. I would never do it again because I feel the same about all the stuff that I did maybe in the first, 4 years of when I was starting Fate. I look back now and I go, oh my goodness, I could never do that again. And I think I'm so glad I'm not doing that right now. But when you're in that moment, you don't think that way because you're building and grinding and hustling. And I think you can see where this thing can go. So you just really do put in all that groundwork and you get to the stage where you're at now where you're thinking, I would never do that again. But you're so glad that you did it, right?
Exactly. No, everything I did and the way I did it, I don't regret it because I learned so much from it. And the fact that I don't have a business degree, I have a designer degree, but I've learned everything else in business and I run the business myself right now, pretty much everything in the business still up to today. It's just the best thing that can ever happened to me.
And so when did all of this happen? Like roughly?
So this was like 2000, let's say 17, I got 49% shares.
Wow.
A year later, the business was just starting to make money.
Yeah.
We didn't make money back then. It was very hard. Yeah. And he was putting a lot of money investing in the business in terms of stock and new designs and new developments, product developments and everything else. So when we just started making money and I met my partner at the time and we were planning to have some kids. There's some kids. Planning to have kids.
Just planning to have some kids.
And then I said to him, to my investor, I'm like, you don't care about MADMIA. You know it's my baby. Why don't you sell it to me?
Right.
Just give me the rest of the business and walk away. He's super wealthy. He's retired now. He doesn't need the money. And I'm like, what? Just sell it to me. And he's like, let me think about it. And anyway, 2 weeks later, he calls me. He's like, I always knew it's you, baby. And I think, who is the better person to buy the business of me than you? So he
Wow.
agreed to sell it to me.
So you bought the
So
51%.
Yes.
And what was the revenue of the company at that time?
Very little.
Less?
It was more, actually. It was more. It was like around $900,000 turnover.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that people always get confused with when you're like, oh, I've got a business and it turns over $900,000 a year. It's like you don't get $900,000.
No, you don't.
Like
You
it
don't.
all
You
comes
don't.
out in the wash.
It was just becoming profitable, let's say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a question that I'm curious about, and I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for asking you this. And I don't know if you can tell me, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Go for it.
You can tell me if you can't
Go for
answer
it.
this question. How does it work having other businesses' pictures and logos on your product? For example, Disney.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like, do you have to get like some sort of special license to have Disney on your socks?
I actually work with Disney.
Wow.
I work with Disney. I work with Warner Brothers. We work with Nickelodeon. We work with Universal Studios, and we pay a licensing fee to
Right.
be able to use their logos, their characters, their assets.
Yep.
And
then do they make like a percentage of sales because you're using it, or with the licensing, is that then
you
yours
have a
to use?
minimum amount of guarantee that you pay to licensee brands,
Okay.
but then that is sort of gets deducted they get percentage per pair of socks sold, but that's
Gotcha.
already like sort of like you pay up front, but then deducted
They
later.
take little
Yeah.
royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always
Yeah.
been so curious by that, because we see so many brands and businesses do collaborations with like Lilo and Stitch or whatever it is. And the business owner in me is always so curious. And when I was jumping on your website, I'm seeing Powerpuff Girls, Stitch, Inside Out, and Mickey Mouse. Like you've got absolutely everything. And I've always been so curious, like, how does that work? So it's interesting to know.
Wow. Well, first, back in the days, first collaboration we did is, I don't even know if you remember Jojo Siwa.
Yeah.
The cutesy little bows we did. So we did a range for her. That's how it started. It was under Nickelodeon. But then after that, since I was a little girl, I always dreamt of like working with Disney. And then it took me well over a year to get in touch with them.
Because at
and
the
get
start, obviously, when you went in as an employee, they didn't have like these existing relationships with the big companies because they were just doing the plain
No,
socks.
they didn't. And to be honest, with Disney, I started working maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I just like it took me a long time.
Do you kind of have to like pitch yourself to them
Yes.
and be like, hey, this is me. I want to use your designs on my socks.
Exactly.
Like a
but then you
pitch?
have to but it's not just a pitch. Yeah, yes. Yes, you can say that, but then you have to open up your financials as well. Show
Yeah.
them how well you are established in the market, how well you can do, and what you can bring to the table that no one else can.
Mm-hmm.
And and after like let's say a few meetings, if they accept you, they will write your proposal and say, hey, we want to work with you. So these are our terms. If you're happy with it, we go ahead.
Wow, that's
But
awesome.
working with Disney, especially with Disney, has been one of the biggest success for MADMIA, to be honest. And so proud to say that we are the first Australian brand is going to be launching in August in Disneyland Paris.
Wow.
So I'm very proud, very excited.
You're out here doing everything. You're doing the most.
I'm trying. And we are the first Australian brand that is going to be in all Toys R Us stores in Asia.
Wow.
Everywhere.
You're just
So
doing the
very-
most and you figured all this out on your own.
Yes. After making so many mistakes.
What's one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made in your business journey? If you can, I know we make mistakes all the time as business owners, but is there one that you've done where you've been like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm never doing that again?
Yeah, so what I did once, one of the biggest mistakes and where we lost a lot of money is when we import. So what happened was we designed this beautiful pair of socks that came in with like lace up shoelaces, but the shoelaces had a LED like one of those batteries at the back,
yep.
and they light up. So when you wear the socks, you turn
can
it
light up
on
the
and they light up
laces.
the laces, and everything was great. So we checked all the Australian standards. Everything was good. The shoelaces were fine, and then by the time the shipment arrived in Australia, the legislation changed, and those batteries are not safe for
Because
kids
they're little
anymore.
button batteries?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were not packed properly. According to the new legislation.
Yep.
So we had to recall the whole product that was already in our warehouses in US and in Australia back then. And then, it was a disaster.
And you just had to like bin the whole thing?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And go quiet about it and be like, I'm so sorry.
Had you already like promoted them on social media by that point?
Oh, yes. But what we did is so some of them to cover some of the losses. So we had to like my staff manually start taking the shoelaces off.
Oh, no.
But we donated a lot
Yeah.
and we just give away. We did some stuff. But when you receive them, you can see that something is missing on them. So you
Yeah.
couldn't really like sell them on the website or something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was bad.
You live and you learn.
Yes. Yes.
Something else that I think you need to tell me about is you're currently being sued.
Okay, so what happened was on Monday morning, I woke up to the news that my company in Brazil is being sued.
What?
I haven't
What
even
happened?
started operating in Brazil.
So what happened?
I opened a company in Brazil. The way things work in the Brazil, once you register a company in Brazil, then all the information, your company information goes public. Some scammers found out about me registering a company in Brazil and decided to go out there and create hundreds of fake MADMIA website using my brand logo, using my imagery, using everything. As
So
you
they
see
just
on my
copied your
website, it
website.
just completely copied my website, and pretending to sell the stock they don't have,
Oh, no.
and ripped off thousands and thousands of people.
And so people thought that they were shopping from your website, but the Brazil
Exactly.
version, but it was actually
Exactly.
set up by a scammer
Exactly.
and they were scamming your customers.
Yes. And what happens when the customer realized that they would never receive their orders, they will contact the scammers and say, where is my order? And they keep saying, call MADMIA in Australia. They have the stock. They will ship it to you.
Oh, no.
So I have thousands and thousands of customers coming to us every day on social media saying, and emails and everything, and saying, where's my stock? You're going to ship it? We were like, we never received the money. We never. And until we discovered what these people have done, a lot of unhappy customers that got ripped off got together and took me to court thinking that it's me scamming them.
Have you since said it's not me? Do they know now that it's not you?
Well, I've actually hired a criminal lawyer in Brazil who is pressing charges against these people who are doing this to my business. But now we need to go to court and prove to these innocent people that it's not us.
Wow.
That is someone.
Do you think they'll find
else.
have they found who actually did it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
However, my partner is very invested in the whole case and we think we know who the guy is.
Shit.
But we're just collecting all the proofs now. But the scary thing is that I haven't even started operating there. And I have a better reputation, and I don't know what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna do to get out of it, because people don't trust you anymore.
Have you spoken on your social media about this happening?
Yeah, I did. I had to make many videos to warn people not to go and shop on any other website apart from madmia.com. But the interesting thing is that this guy who is doing the scam, who is behind all these websites, he's doing paid ads on Facebook as well to get more money.
Pretending to be you.
And selling all the Disney licensed products illegally and pretending to be me.
Surely Disney
and doing
can
paid
go after
ads.
him as well.
Yeah, I'm actually, because we have I don't know if you know, our brand is registered on Meta, so I can go at the back and just block his ads and posts immediatly. But it takes
he's impersonating
time.
you. Yeah, wow.
It takes time.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, so next week, we are going to court.
Look out.
It's very
MADMIA is
scary.
coming for you.
Very scary, and it's been a nightmare. So when people think that business is going well, you must be so happy. You're like, I've never had more problems than I have
No, I'm actually
now.
getting sued in Brazil at the moment. Thank you very much. It's going
like, how's your
great.
day? I just got sued today in Brazil because I just decided to open a business. And one very interesting story is as well, which I passed to the criminal lawyers. So this guy who is scamming people, he created so many websites, but we managed to hack into one Yes, and we can see the thousands of orders you've taken.
Oh, no.
And money, and now we gave it to the police there to refund these people. But we hacked into one of the websites because he used our email address for some. I don't even know how.
You're kidding? He signed up with your email address. This guy is dumb.
Shopify. And do you know how he does it? So in Brazil, to create a Shopify store, you have a promotion of having a month for free for $1. So that's what he's doing. Every month creating new websites for $1, because in Shopify Brazil, you can for $1 create a website each month and just
so he's just doing a new website, doing a free trial of Shopify, scamming people, going on to the next one.
Yes, and doing paid ads.
Far out.
Yeah, not having a single pair of socks in stock.
How can people get away with this?
I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm very I'm just shocked. Who would have thought?
Maybe we need to become scammers. That seems like a good business idea.
Yeah.
Low costs, high profit.
This morning I walk out with I have an employee who works in Brazil. She sent me 3 other new websites.
Wow.
Yeah. And they have a fully developed Instagram accounts with
fake
500
followers.
fake followers and everything. But all my posts, so if you go on my Instagram and their Instagram looks the same. So people think it's the same.
Isn't that crazy that people can do that and you think you could just report it and it would get taken down, but Meta doesn't care about that kind of stuff?
They do. Actually, they do, because since my brand is registered with Meta, I can go in the back end and report them. And to be honest, so far Meta has been so good because I will report them within 2 hours. It's gone.
Oh, good.
So I'm happy with that. But I just discovered that in my ad account in Meta. So I'm doing that every day. So I do that too. The scary thing is that recently we are facing a lot of knockoffs on the market in significant amount of volume. I see containers of fake MADMIA socks around the world. And every day I'm spending a fortune with lawyers in US, in Europe, in here, in China. I'm taking 2 factories in China in court now next month, suing them because that's what they do. They go behind closed door and they just
copy your socks. I think this is when this all comes down to, back to what we were talking about, your community and your social media. That's going to be your power, because whilst people can go out and try to replicate what you're making, they can't replicate you or your brand or your community.
Exactly.
And so I think that's why all that stuff that we spoke about is so important.
Yeah, but that also doesn't mean that I'm going to sit there and watch them what they're doing. I actually go out there and I make sure they know who I am, and then I'm on to them, and I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to stop until they stop, because it's just like taking my baby away. I've created this and I'm going to fight for it until they think I'm this crazy person.
The crazy person from MADMIA is going to come after us. We better not rip off her socks.
I will go there. What happened, also interesting story, is I went to a trade show in Hong Kong in January, and I was exhibiting there. And then next to me, a whole stand with knockoff of my socks.
No.
They were selling them.
Did you go over there?
Of course. I made a scene, a drama.
I love it.
I had to. I was like, what are you doing? These are my products. Start taking them off.
What did they say?
Well, they're infringing on my own designs. I have trademark copyrights on everything. So they took them off. I went to the IP department, reported them. So they took them off. But the damage is done. They already spent a whole day selling and making money out of my hard work and designs.
Wow.
You could just change it a little bit. No.
Make it a little bit different at least.
Yeah, they even, you know how when they copy, usually brands, they change the name or something. No, they even have my tag on it.
You're kidding.
MADMIA. Yeah, MADMIA. Or they will just remove the A at the end, so it's MADMI.
You're kidding.
And they
I mean, that is a massive compliment if you want to look at it that way. If your brand is so viral and so popular that people want to copy it down to the actual logo and name, that's a credit to you.
Yeah, I guess so. They say if you see your socks on AliExpress, that means that you made it.
Exactly right. You've absolutely made it. Let's go back to the marketing of MADMIA. First of all, what does MADMIA stand for anything? Like the name?
I gotta be honest, the name was created by the initial founders of the brand.
Yep.
So I didn't influence that, but I actually love it. I'm so in love with it, and people call me MADMIA now, so I go by that.
Nice.
They don't call me Tanja anymore. It's like MADMIA. Great.
Nice. I love it. So you have said that you have never spent a cent on influencer marketing, but you also just mentioned to me that it was only up until like 5 years ago you hadn't spent a single cent on marketing,
paid marketing
in general. So like you're talking ads, like all that kind of stuff. You
we
haven't
didn't
done
have
any
the
of that.
money.
So the first few years of your business, you relied solely just on organic marketing.
Exactly.
How powerful do you think organic marketing is even now?
Very, very. I love it. I mean, and what we did back in the days is in order to attract attention and get the people and community involved, I used to have this photo shoot events every 2 weeks, which I'm doing now in our office. But before, I didn't have a studio, and I will hire like a dance studio and get a big room and get a lot of dancers and kids that love MADMIA to come and have again these days with MADMIA. Back in the days, people used to pay to come and take a photo with me and spend the day and have a photo shoot with MADMIA.
Wow.
So it was like a full-on event day which is everybody had so much fun. Even now, parents are sharing, oh, look at this, my daughter from 10 years ago, a photo with you at the photo shoot. So those are the events I created in order to get the community involved in the brand, because I didn't have the money for anything to pay. Because especially when I just bought the business, I had like $7,000 left in my bank account. Like, what do you do first?
Yeah, how do you market yourself with $7,000?
Exactly.
It doesn't really go far.
Yeah.
I love that you built like the foundations of the business off of organic marketing, because one thing that I've found speaking to a lot of other business owners, and maybe where content isn't something that they're doing a lot of, or they're not keen on making content, is a lot of business owners think that organic marketing isn't important.
Oh, God.
But as for you, for example, let's say, so you're obviously doing paid advertising now, paid ads and everything.
We do because we're doing it because we're growing really fast, and the business has expanded. As I said, we have US warehouse, European warehouse, now opening Brazil next month, Australia. We have 2 warehouses here. So we have to
keep growing.
Yeah, we have to.
So if you were to stop posting your organic content that you post on your socials, what would happen to the business?
I don't know. Good question. Never thought about it.
Do you think your sales would go down?
Maybe. Yes, 100%. But that is why, believe it or not, I was just telling Tash before the interview, haven't missed a day since how many years ago, 2014, not to post on Instagram. And it's like, for us, it's like that's where our community is at the moment. It's like Instagram. And it's just like I can't miss a day. I remember, and my partner thinks that I'm like a bit crazy, because I remember a few years ago I had a kidney surgery, and then I'm waking up from the surgery, and first thing I do is like, it's 7:00, I need to post on Instagram. It's like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, but I have to do it. I have to, like, I feel like every night for me posting on social media, which is my perfect time for posting, is like, I have to be there to entertain, to tell the world what I've done today, like what I'm doing, and it's like entertaining your followers. Like, you have to be there, you have to engage with them, otherwise they'll forget.
They will, and this is the thing that I'm so passionate about, and I love that you're saying this, because a lot of people, like, maybe they'll sign up to a business advertising course where it's all about paid, but no one is really focusing on the organics, and business owners are missing out if they're not continuously posting organic content, and they'll think, yeah, but it's organic content, it's not going to make sales. Like, that's the number one driver of sales. And if you have strong organic content, if you're showing up on your reels every day, your ads are then going to perform better. So I love when I meet other business owners and they stress the importance of showing up every day on social media, because I think it's a thing that a lot of business owners can't be bothered to do, or they're like, oh, it's too hard, or I'm not going to do that because it's not going to bring me sales. But I think both you and I are living proof that organic content is everything, and it can and does drive sales. You just have to get creative with it and do it in the right way.
100%. And to be honest, I'll tell you another experience. Like what I've experienced, I went to Germany for the second time, the biggest toy fair in Germany in February. So I was there, and it's like no one knows. Not many people know in Europe about MADMIA because we just launched last year. So I went there to promote the brand because the other part of my business, I do a lot of wholesale as well and distribution. So I went there to present the brand. And so many people from around the world will come and say, I've seen you on Instagram. I'm like, how? It's like, I've seen you. Oh, I know you. Like, I'm like, I never market that territory before.
But you've landed over there.
Yeah, but I've landed over there with organic posts, and it's so good. If it doesn't convert, it sells. If nothing else, people know about you, and it's so important.
Yeah.
Like it's a brand awareness. It start like that, but then it converts in sales eventually.
Yeah. What would be your advice to business owners out there who maybe think that organic content isn't important, or maybe they're just starting out? What would be your advice to them about creating organic content for their social media, for their brand and their personal brand?
Don't give up. There will be good and bad days. I have posts when I post on Instagram, they perform really bad, but I tried, I tried.
That's what it's
and
all about.
Some of them, they just go viral. And why? I don't know. I mean, I don't have the recipe for it, but just be there. Do not give up. And you have to have that consistency every day. Every day commitment to that page, because even if one person sees you post that night or day, it makes a difference.
I couldn't
Whole
agree
a lot
more.
of difference in the business.
I couldn't agree more. And I say the same for me. I have been building Fate for nearly 8 years now, and I post every single day. And even though we're a big business, I still post every single day.
Do you do it yourself?
Yeah.
Same.
I do it on my account. I do it myself. For our Fate social media, we've got like a team that kind of edit it all. But I'm still in the comments every night. I'm still engaging every night. I'm showing up on my story every night. And it's all because you can't just all of a sudden get to a point with your business and then stop.
Exactly.
Even if you get like to be a really big business, you can't just go, okay, then I'll slow down the content. If anything, I think the bigger that we get and the further we get into the journey, the more you have to keep posting.
Exactly.
And it's never ending, but you've got to love it. And I think
I
you
love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's like a drug to me. I'm like
Me
a drug
too.
addict to my business.
Me too. And I think you've got to be obsessed with it. And then I think if
yeah.
you combine all the things that you obviously have, the love for your product, the love for your community, the love for creating your content, the love for engaging with everyone, like it's a recipe for success.
Exactly. I mean, but you gotta love what you do. Like all I do is I wake up in the morning, all I think is like MADMIA. And then I go to bed, all I think is MADMIA. And then my partner gets up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, what are you doing?
What does your partner do for work?
He has his own business, skin checks.
Okay, nice.
Yes, but he's actually selling his business at the moment because he needs to come and help with MADMIA. I can't do everything on my own. It's way bigger than, and I still run it like it's a small business. And he keeps saying to me, you have to think big. Your business is big. I'm like, but it's still my baby.
Yeah.
Like. And I think it's good to always think about business that is just still small. I don't know why. Like just treat it as it's a small business, even if it's a big business. Because I still do customer service. The middle of the night, if I see an email, customer unhappy, I do it. I have to do it.
This week, jumping on the emails every day.
I have to do it. Yep. And for us also, why MADMIA is successful is like we don't have a customer service policy. Our customer service policies, I told my girls in customer service, customers need to be happy. If we have to give them 3 pairs of socks, if it's our fault, not our fault, they have to be happy. And once they're happy, they keep coming back. And let's say we sell like 1 million pairs per year. If I send 200 pairs to customers to make them happy, we'll do it. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. Obviously, you had no idea that MADMIA would get to the point that it is now. And I think everything that you're saying, I feel like you're me. Like I'm understanding everything that you're saying. I feel like we're so similar in a lot of ways. With that being said, would you ever sell MADMIA? Can you see that being on the cards in the future?
I'm not sure. I had already companies trying to acquire MADMIA.
Yep.
And knocking on my door. At the moment, no way. I'm too excited.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's like, what I'm going to do after? So at the moment, no. I can't say what's going to happen in 10 years' time. But at the moment, no. It's so exciting. I'm building this new culture, a new lifestyle brand. Everybody's so excited. I feel like the world is just talking about MADMIA wherever I go. So no way. For now, no.
I love that. And I think a lot of people that like invest in businesses or they acquire companies and it's all about the numbers, they find it really difficult talking to people like you and I that are extremely passionate about the business, because their mind would be, what do you mean you don't want to sell it? Like, we can give you a lot of money for it and you'd just be super rich and you don't have to do anything anymore. But they don't
then what
see,
am I going to do? Like, this is my life.
Yeah, they don't see that side of it because it's just a numbers game for them.
Exactly.
Tanja, I always end my big business episodes with a tip of the week, but it can be a business tip, a life hack. Do you have a tip that you can share with us today?
I don't know. All I gotta say is your time will come. Just don't leave the party early. Mm-hmm. Be there, be persistent. And I think that if you really want it, you'll get there no matter what. I always believe in reflective futures, in a way that every time I say put a goal for myself and I don't see it, I work towards the goal, I always get to that no matter what. But I have to be fully invested, dedication, consistency, don't give up, and your time will come for sure.
I love it. I'm even feeling inspired now. Like, fate, I need to go out and do more because you said. Oh, thank you so much. Where can everyone find you on socials and also your products, just for anyone that doesn't know?
Well, I have my own TikTok account, which I started and neglected because so many things to do, but I'm getting onto it. So it's Tanja Filipovska, and my MADMIA official Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything is the same. They can find us everywhere. Our website is madmia.com. Please go and check it out. Yeah.
Get some fun socks. Xander, you're going to have to get some. Yeah. I love it. And
thanks for having me. I love what you do. I'm following you every day. Obsessed.
Oh, amazing.
We obsess in the office.
Now I'm going to have to know.
Every time you put a video, we're like, look what she's done.
Now I'm going to have pressure that you're watching every time I'm making a new video. I'm going to be saying she's going to be watching. I'm going to make it really good.
Oh, you're amazing. Very inspiring, to be honest.
Oh, thank you so much.
We love you.
Likewise, I could chat with you for hours, but thanks so much for coming on. And congratulations on all of your success. What an amazing story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.